All right, then welcome everybody to the first episode of the German Safari. We are a little bit excited to have this finally rolling out. With me on the show is Mr. Vaibav Mishra and myself, I'm Anton Foster. Mr. Mishra, what's going on today?
Everything is fine, Anton. As the whole world is in a lockdown, I'm also enjoying the phase of a lockdown, trying to make the best of it. We all are travel buggers, so we need to not just stop thinking about travels and creating experiences. So here we are, trying our best to foresee when is the next travel coming up, when is the world getting back to normal, and how we're going to leverage that.
Has there ever been a time in your life actually when it wasn't possible to travel?
I think I have been very fortunate that the globalization has been carrying on as much as I've been raised and I've been starting to work. So there have been always opportunities and more opportunities to travel. This is the first experience of its kind when we are restricted to travel. Back as a child, when you're growing up in a socialist country like India, then it used to be a dream. But once globalization kicked in, Indian economy started doing well. We as the youth of India started to get better job opportunities and work. We have all been, quite fortunate to travel quite a lot. And then we've been in this era where travel has been very frequent and almost nonstop. So this is a new phase for all of us.
When you're saying it right now, I'm really, really thankful that we had this time, that we were able to travel so much, that we were able to see so many places. We are very gifted because these experiences, they stay, right?
Yes.
They're not fading away.
They do. Considering the current situation, can you imagine when we scoot off in our road trip on that very fancy red Mini Cooper Cabrio? We never bothered. These things like coronavirus, the social distancing, these things were not even in the wildest imagination. We all were meeting our friends in the journey, going to public places, going to lakes, parking our cars somewhere, go swim, explore new places, look into the map, what else we can do. The world has changed so much, and now we have to thank that we actually had experiences when the world was normal.
True.
Yeah,
True.
and we hope that the world gets back to normal as soon as possible.
I'm a believer in travel. I'm thinking, even though you are a socialist and I'm a right winger, travel can bring us together.
Ideological differences never means not accepting each other. Our means can be different, but then our objectives are almost the same. We have to accept each other. We have to accept all the alternate views available, and that's how we can make peace with the world.
We should get to know each other, because otherwise we cannot accept each other, right?
And that's why traveling is so important. That's the only way to know each other. And I think there is a saying that if you want to know your partner, travel with him or travel with her.
I agree.
Yeah.
From all the people I know from around the world, you are the most craziest concerning travel.
Yeah, I can imagine. If I can continue my travel after my surgery, I think it's also to do with the people I'm surrounded with. Like, I never felt lonely during my phase when I met with an accident and I went through a surgery. I had always a very good support system, and that's a gift of travel again. So all these are friends whom I got on my journeys, not at the place of work, not at the place of studies, not at the place of neighbor residence. I think I'm one of the classical examples of what all travel could offer you. They can offer you wonderful friends who will never let you even feel that you're going to go through a massive surgery. And then you don't have to feel that after the surgery, the first thing you should do is run back home. That was something. It's memorable in my life, like traveling after the surgery, right after the surgery, meeting all the friends in the most exotic places.
Oh, and we got flashed.
That's part of the experience. We got excited to meet our potential partner, Max.
Wow, and he's a cool guy.
When I was fantasizing my road trip on my own on a motorbike, and that too very specific BMW 1200 GS and nothing else, I put my demand as a big brother to you, which I always do. I said, Anton, I want the best deal, and I want BMW 1200 GS to rent it out for almost 3 weeks. And please look out for that and bargain for me. I think you was the one who researched. You made all the arrangements. You made the booking for me. You connected me with him at the right time after figuring out all the terms and conditions. And we found it the most feasible one, most affordable one, and most reliable one as well. And unfortunately, I could not continue my journey because of the accident. We still ended up meeting him. We still ended up seeing the bike which we were supposed to take to the journey. And that's one of the project which is supposed to be finished as soon as possible.
And he is one of the most impressive guys in tourism I ever met. And he's a police officer in very good rank. He's doing this business as a side project, but has so much demand, and he is so focused on quality.
Yes, and he's quite an inspiration for all of us, that how we can utilize our time and how we can, if we are passionate about something, how can we achieve it? The one thing which has really stuck in my mind during the conversation with him was when he said, I asked him, Max, you are a full-time police officer and you are still managing this company and you're doing it so well, and you still give a lot of attention to your clients, and you make your communication is so clear. How do you manage all that? And plus you have a big family of three kids, he said, and he loves to spend time with his kids. He said that I don't lie in the couch.
Yeah, true. I remember. Yeah. He said that.
And that moment was the moment when I remembered, yes. So, it is such a strong statement he made that even when I lie down in my couch and think of just relaxing, I remember Max at many times and say, hey man, how come you can be so lazy? Look at Max, look at people like him who are so passionate. Definitely you are not passionate. You have to buck up. Credit goes to both of us that we happened to make a trip to meet Max personally. So travel is a big teacher. So those people who are hungry to travel will learn quite a lot.
If they are traveling and they're interested in this, probably they have already traveled a lot and learned a lot. Huh?
Yes. Even there are a lot of people who shy away from booking a travel and all. That's why we come into picture. They need a bit of a safety net. They need some bit of guidance. They need some bit of hand-holding.
Maybe it's just a few questions they have.
Yes.
And we can answer them, and then they are free to go. Yeah.
A most popular place in the world may not be the one which you may like, but a beautiful countryside place or a beautiful view around the countryside, nice and peaceful and scenic under the sun. Maybe you would want to park your car on the side and appreciate the view.
Just comes to my mind the trip I made to your hometown in India.
Yeah.
I think this was the time I really got to know India. It's calm, people are relaxed, rich people live next to poor people without any big disharmony. People look each other in the eyes.
That's when you realize that India is so diverse and people are so different from north to south, to east to west. And that's when you go deep down on your own, then you actually get to experience the real things. Because when you go to touristing places, you are seen just as a revenue.
Or as a refugee.
Or as a refugee. So your identity is a revenue or a refugee. Yeah. When you go to places which are offbeat, which are, not just known for touristy activities, although Jabalpur is also known for touristy activities, but then still it is like not as much in the radar of Indian tourism as the other places. Even in the same case in Europe, when you go to Braunschweig, when you come to Braunschweig, people will realize, oh, you are a real traveler. You definitely have come from India and you've come to Braunschweig, means that they see you with more, a level of respect as well. Like, oh, you are a real traveler. You're not just come here to take pictures and click yourself and go back. You really want to understand my country, my culture, my land. So the view of the perception which you create about yourself when you come to offbeat places is like, you are not one of those tourists. You are definitely a traveler. Like, it's a big difference.
Thank you for watching this first episode of The German Safari. Please consider subscribing, leave a comment down below. If you have any questions concerning your next travel, please contact us.